Hello guys! Today we're gonna be changing the enforcers together on my crew marches so that my stats can increase because I've been upgrading the enforcers and I want to show you the two enforcers I will be changing out today. So two of my battle reports that I've already done for you guys. You will not see the stats in particular, but what I'll show you is the enforcers that I'm using. And the reason why I'm not showing the stats is because I only had those two action points and I never changed gear. Because today is not about gear, today is about changing the enforcers. So these are the enforcers that I'll be changing out. So this is my crew march lineup for now. And I will be changing out my Hellcat with Professor, and I'll show you why. So if you can see my earlier report, I have Mickey, Hellcat, which is the one with the crew attack and crew HP. Both of them have crew attack and crew HP, so it's 20% crew attack and 25% crew HP. Both are the same, right? But the difference, the rest of them have crew attack, crew HP, and crew defense. So this is a much higher stats than Mickey and Hellcat. So between Mickey and Hellcat, the main difference for me right now is that my Hellcat has not been unlocked. So I have only unlocked the basic attribute, and that's the 10% HP increase, but I've not unlocked the increased crew attack 12%. So this top basic attribute is already unlocked. But if you look at my Mickey, I've unlocked both. So I have the crew HP to 10% and I have the crew attack to 12%. However, if you look at the Professor, this is a lot higher. So Professor has crew HP 10%, but if I do unlock the exclusive attribute, it goes up to 15%. So that's a higher possibility for higher stats. That as well as this little difference. So the crew attack is actually at 25%, whereas Hellcat, which is both same with the Professor, both unlocked, the Hellcat is only 20%. So just swapping him in right now gives my crew stats a 5% additional boost in crew attack and a potential 3% additional when I unlock the advanced attributes. So let's do that right now. I'm going to buff up my... Let me go to crew. Okay, so I'm going to buff up my mobilization so I can get more crew size in, because I'm gonna have to edit my crew march for this. So let's find anything to attack. Let me see how much action points I have left. I think I used up the last one. Yeah, so no more action points for me here. I'm gonna have to go back to the city, so let's get back to the city to do it. Oh. Ah, robbing faction jeweler. Okay guys, heading out. I pulled my faction jeweler and I'm back in the city right now, so I'll just hit a dead turf and then I'll be able to edit my crew march. So I have a couple of crew marches that I want to edit, but before that I want to make sure my mobilization is up. So right now I have 60% crew buff plus a mobilization, which basically just means that I have another 10%, so that's total of 70%. So that should cover most of my crew marches. So I'm gonna go attack just one of them. So this is where you do the editing right now. So I'm gonna remove Hold on, let me just make sure I keep this. This is the M4A1 carbine because I want to keep this super weapon. So let's swap it out. Oops. So I remove Hellcat and I'm putting in the Professor. Okay guys, so I'm gonna confirm this and then I just want to make sure my weapons are right. So this should be the Saiga, Uzi, stun grenade. This should be the beret, yes, and this one will be the carbine. Very good. So this is actually the event troop setting. So right now my crew is pretty big. It's 505750. That's because I've upgraded my mansion and you know I have the crew buff up, so I have to edit this as well. So 505750. Go to your calculator, 505750 minus of, well, actually you just need to divide by 3 because I will remove my cars for actually no, I will not remove my cars. I'll leave them there because they're only a couple of cars. So I will say set aside about 30% for cars, 30 troops for cars. So 505750 minus 30 equals to this, and then divide by 3. So I would need about 168573 troop. So here 168573, 168573, because this is my mixed troops, 333, right? So 168573. Oops. So you can also use percentage to do this, but the problem is I actually left aside a little bit of space, 30 troops for my motor cars here. 31 right now because you know there is obviously divide by 3, there was like 1 extra because 1 troop cannot be split into like 0.33%. But yes, so this is my march. So I'm gonna use this same march and I'm gonna duplicate it across all of my mixed troops and edit the percentages on this. So in order to save a configured march, you have to click on the settings and then choose the march that you want to edit it to and save it after you know you keyed in everything you want to do. So that's that. Save, and that's done. So this is gonna be automatically always gonna pop up. So like right now, even if I click on something else, now when I pop this, you see it has already saved over. So this is the accurate march. And of course, you know, for all of those who have not yet added luxury cars, just remember to add your luxury cars into your march as well, just to update your crew march. The reason why I put cars, although it's not needed for the formation line right now, the GM has confirmed, because I talked to the GM and the GM has confirmed that you don't need to have the cars as part of the formation because you only have one flank, as in you have 2 flanks, left and right, but the flank is basically the troops based on their formation. It gets split in half. So you have a front line, a back line, and then a flank. So there's only 3 troop types, which is basically bruiser, hitman, biker. So the cars, I still keep them added on is because every time I do an attack for a mansion, I do want to have a little bit of cars just to break down a bit of the wall. It's kind of unnecessary in most cases. You can easily kill a mansion without the walls, but for some mansions, you know, having the wall or having that car does help it. But the reason why I use T2 is because I don't want to use the T4 cars, which will end up causing your march to go really slow. So if you look at it, like if I were to click on this, it takes 17 seconds for me to go there. But if I change my T2 cars and I put a preset of the 31 T4 cars, it takes 25 seconds. So you take that into consideration. That's like a super nearby attack, right? But if it's like really far, for example, in Governor's War map, it's really long distance. If you want to do that long distance fights, then you know you're gonna have to like seriously go for a huge amount of speed ups, nitro speeds if it's a raid, and if it's a single attack, you're gonna use a lot of personal speed ups to speed your march out. So it's kind of pointless. So I don't want to slow down my march, and that means, you know, you're just gonna do that. So it's already saved, so I'm not gonna do any more edits. But now I'm gonna do my 524 setting with the T4 account. So same thing with the 524, I'm going to edit this. So with the 524, I will do a little bit different because I want to, you know, save my time. I don't want to fuss too much about it and do a mathematical calculation. But what I'll do is I'll just remove this first. Put in the professor. So I'll make sure I still have my carbine in. And then battle-wise, I still have the 30, just in case I want to use, for some reason, 533 to fight a mansion, which is a kind of almost ridiculous. But yeah, so I already have this in 523, but you can click on this button and that changes it to the percentage. And that makes it easier because now 50% is a lot more. And then this one is 20%. And this is 30. So because I have, you know, 30 troops that I use, so this is the count of the troops and this is the percentage. So I already have 30. So I want to make sure that I have all the troops maxed out and I don't want to waste the march. So if there's any additional troops, like 252875 is about 50%, but I can, you know, sometimes use this to max out the bar just to make sure it's got any additional troops all locked in. So that's that. So now I save it under my 523. T4. Okay, save. So next is the other mixed troops that I have, which is 433 and 442. So next 433. Let me remove this. So guys, you get the idea of what I'm trying to do. Basically, it's just updating your marches and then, you know, double checking to make sure that you have your car in it and all your super weapons, plus an updated crew size. So this is a 433. I'm just gonna edit to 40, 30, and 30. So it's a lot more troops than normal. Okay, so I still have, like I said, I still have the 30 cars. So why 30 is because you need, you know, ideally you can have 10 troops to sort of make an effect according to the GM. But if it's that big a crew size, like there are moments when I don't pop crew size and I just attack using those presets, right? So then the 505,000 drops to like a 200 something thousand march or like 300 something thousand march. So that 30 T4 cars, the 30 mortar cars drops to, you know, by another like 20 or so. So, or if not, it will be like maybe 14 to 16 or something like that. So I will end up with like at least 14 cars. So that just means, because if I put 10, then when I fight without the crew size buff, it actually drops to below 10, which is not ideal. So that's why I always start with more. So for me, it's 30. For other people, you can do 25, 28. Like, it doesn't really matter. You know, some people use 100. It's really up to you what you want to do. But for me, I don't really pay too much attention to the cars, considering the GM has confirmed that it's not needed. for formation. But like I said, I use all the presets for all my battles as well. It's not just for, you know, formation purposes, but also because I do attack mentions. So that's that. And then that was 433, so I'm just gonna save it. 433. Okay, and then we have one last to do, which is the 442. So take this out, put this in. Make sure your luxury car is in. The percentage is right. And this is 98,000 right now, so you know you want to make sure all maxed out, and then just pull on the cursor just to make sure it's all maxed out. On any one of them is fine. Okay, so my 442 is done. You have to remember you click on it just so you know you overwrite that back in the number 7 spot. Okay, so that's done. And then the rest basically one hitman, one biker. Yeah, so this two, the next thing I need to do is actually my hitman. So this is my current hitman attack lineup. I have Big Shot, Huntress, Brutus, and Chupacabra. Now if you look at Big Shot has hitman attack 30% and hitman HP 50%. However, he doesn't have any good signature weapons. Like defense is almost, you know, not really important, or really low on the list, because attack and HP is priority. So attack 30% and hitman HP 50%. So I'm gonna swap him out with another hitman which I have unlocked, and it seems that after unlocking, his stats are better right now. So this also has 30% hitman, just like and this one has hitman defense, right? So he doesn't have the HP, but with the signature weapons, I actually get crew HP here. So this is a 15% crew HP, and I get a hitman attack 12% on this. So that's the additional buff that I'm getting, and it's gonna be able to swap out to get a better stats for hitman. So I will use this right now and change all my hitmen out. So that's Big Shot, yes. Okay guys, so same thing, I'm gonna attack or appear to attack the mansion. So I have 2 areas I need to swap. So this one, again, I'll remove Big Shot. And then I'll put in my puppy. Oops. So then once you put in puppy, you're gonna have to re-add. What did I do? Well, that's fine. I'm just gonna remove this. Yes. So this is the one that I'm removing, and I'm putting, let's see, where is that? Okay, so I don't want to put the assault rifle. I want to have the carbine and stun grenade in. Okay, so confirm. And then this is for full hitman. So hitman, and to create the formation on this, you have to make sure that so hitman, the only one slower than the hitman is the gorillas. So I would use T3 for bruiser. So I have 30 of the bruisers T3, and then you can actually use, instead of speed demons, you can, instead of T3 bikes, you can actually use T4 bikes because they're not going to slow down your speed. And then, you know, as usual, I still have my T2 cars, not for formation this time, but it's just to make sure if I attack a mansion, I have a little bit of cars helping to break down the wall. But at the same time, it's not enough so that it affects my raid battles. So that's done. That's for my full-on Hitman. Here. And then I'll put the name back to Hitman. So now, besides the Hitman, I've got a second Hitman setting that I want to do. Actually, you know what? I'm going to swap it around because every time I want to join raids in Pra, it's like so slow for me to join because I have to go to the second page and then do that. So I'm going to change it around and do the, you know, edit this with the one Hitman, one bruiser. So the reason why you add one bruiser is because you're trying to hide the movement of the movement of the troops. So when you want to join raids, you're gonna need to add one bruiser to your Hitman and biker raids that you join just to camouflage your troop speed. Okay, so this one I'm gonna save under this segment and then call it one Hitman. So that means for me, it's one bruiser plus Hitman. So that would be much faster for me. And then I'll do the same, but without the gorilla and just full on Hitman. And this is me on this setting. But then I'll edit that to Hitman. So you guys understand what I'm trying to say? I'm just going to swap it out because this is my first page. So these 5 are the fastest I can click to join raids. And then this one, they're the ones that join the raids slower because I have to click on the second page and by then, you know, the raids, well, they're full. So yeah, that's gonna be saved. So now if you look at it, you can see my raid setting. Now the one Hitman means one bruiser plus Hitman is on page 1. So that's it. So while I'm on this, I've already done the Hitman and I will just edit the biker here just because I can. So biker, I want to add the one gorilla to this. So this will be my new join raid setting. And then I'll save it as one biker. So that's with the +1 bruiser here. And then the other biker, let me remove the +1 bruiser, max out of bikers. And yep, everything is good. And then again with my biker, you see the same thing. I have the 30 bruisers and 30 Hitman, but I use the T3s because they're not going to slow down my main march, you know, so you have the formation setting troops needed. So that will be under setting number 9, which is just biker, no longer one biker. Okay, so now I'm just gonna look through all my settings and see if there's anything else I wanna swap out. So I probably should reset my bruiser to increase the amount of troops because I have a new crew size. So that will just go up and then I'll click bruiser and then I'll retype it and I'll save it. So yeah, you can see I still have my marksman and speed demon. In fact, you know what? I will just edit this because I want to put more of those troops. So I'll just put less first here, put 30 troops here. And then max out the rest. Okay, so and then I want to see what else I need to edit. So I've done bruiser, Hitman, biker, even 523, 433, 442. Let me look. Yes, my 442 is updated. I have the max troops right now. And then the Hitman is done, Biker is done, T3 Biker. So T3 Biker for me is when I'm in the city and I use that to attack mansions. So for now, I'm going to use this to join raids. I'll call it bike raids because I rarely attack mansions at the moment while in Governor's War. So I'm just going to edit it. And join raid. So I cleared everything and all I want is 1 troop. And this is for joining police raids. Because any other police raids I can join with, you know, like Biker or Hitman or whatever, and max the troops out there. But for this, I just want 1 troop. So this is going to be my 1 troop to join. If I'm far away and they're doing a police raid, like really far away, using 1 troop is going to help. So it doesn't matter what enforcers you use, they're just used to max out the number of troops, which is kind of not really needed. So I just leave them there anyway. So this will be changed to 1 times T1. So if you have another troop configuration that you think will be useful for you, please let me know in the comments and tell me how you do your setup. And if you need any help, just feel free to leave a comment and I'll try to reply when I can. Okay guys, have fun!